Here we go, 12's Nation, kicking off another news round here on the channel with more updates on our Seahawks. Welcome back to another news round, always keeping you up to date. This is Charles speaking with you. For those who are new, make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay super informed about the Seattle Seahawks and show your support by hitting the like button. Leaving a like really helps me out, motivates me a lot, and strengthens my work here on the channel. Alright, Seahawks fans, let's start with an updated situation. Our rookie coach, Mike Macdonald, is taking over the team, and no one really knows how things will play out. Predictions for our season are all over the place. Some see us as a team destined for the bottom of the division, others think we're playoff contenders, and a few even dare to say we could compete for the NFC West title. It's a real mystery, but a former Seahawks star is very optimistic about our chances. Do you remember Richard Sherman, right? The cornerback and key piece of the legendary Legion of Boom? Well, in the latest episode of his podcast, Sherman said that the Seahawks will be a lock for the playoffs and could even surprise people by contending for the title. And hey, Sherman's not wrong when he points to the talent we have on the roster. Unlike other rookie coaches, Macdonald is taking over a team that has been to the playoffs, with solid players on both sides of the ball. If you combine that with Macdonald's brilliant defensive mind, we really could be a dangerous team, 12's Nation. Of course, everything will depend on how things fall into place. But if the team connects with Macdonald and we avoid major injuries, I wouldn't be surprised if we shock a lot of people this season. Can you imagine us heading back to the playoffs after a tough year and even being strong contenders for the division title? That would be an incredible achievement for Macdonald in his first year. And with Sherman's experience, his opinion carries a lot of weight, doesn't it? Do you trust Macdonald to take us far? Continuing with the updates, we've reached that time of the year when every NFL team believes they have an equal chance to win the Super Bowl, even though we all know that's not really the case. It's also the time when fans go crazy over trade rumors, no matter how absurd they are, as long as they involve some star player. You all know this story well, right? For like 5 years in a row now, every offseason, fans from other teams won't stop trying to trade for DK Metcalf. And this year is no different. Look at the latest craziness they've come up with. The folks at BVM Sports Desk suggested a trade that would send DK Metcalf from Seattle to the Dallas Cowboys. A successful deal involving our star wide receiver. Could the Seahawks reconsider Metcalf's future since his contract expires in 2025? Could the Cowboys, with their all-in mentality, try to grab Metcalf to complement CeeDee Lamb in their offense? The Seahawks could look for high-value draft picks and even some players in return, making it a significant deal for both teams. But let's be honest, guys, Metcalf hasn't even reached his full potential yet, has he? That's more due to the coaching staffs he's had rather than his own fault. Pete Carroll deserves credit for what he did during the Legion of Boom days, but that was in the past. He never really got Metcalf to play with true discipline on the field. Another important point, Metcalf is only 26 and has never worked with a real offensive coordinator throughout his career. That's about to change with Ryan Grubb, at least. Still, he's already put up phenomenal numbers. Remember 2021, when he had 12 touchdowns and 967 yards, all while playing with a broken foot for most of the season? For the Seahawks to even dream of trading Metcalf, two unlikely things would have to happen: the team completely collapsing in the first half of the season, and Metcalf doing something outrageous off the field. Unless those two crazy scenarios happen in the next 2 months, rest assured that Metcalf won't be wearing another uniform while he's in the NFL. What do you think about these trade rumors? Do you think Metcalf deserves a chance with a better offensive coordinator? Or do you agree that he's here to stay with us? Seahawks fans, to wrap things up with the latest update, do you remember Laviska Shenault Jr., the wide receiver who was with the Jaguars and then spent some time with the Panthers? Well, he's with us now. And guess what? He's exactly the type of gadget player our offense needed. Let's break this down for you. Shenault was a second-round pick in the 2020 draft by the Jaguars. But since then, he's kind of become a nomad in the NFL. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, folks. Shenault has a skill set that's different from any other wide receiver we have on the team. Just like our coach Mike McDonald uses defensive linemen in various ways, offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb is going to be able to move Shenault around quite a bit on offense. Here's the comparison. Shenault has Jake Bobo's blocking power, DK Metcalf's toughness, and runs like Zach Charbonnet when he's got the ball. Sure, he's not at the level of the last two, but his versatility is an exciting weapon for Grubb to utilize. And here's an important detail: injuries have kind of derailed Shenault's rise. He struggled with this in college at Colorado, and it followed him into his NFL stints. But despite all that, the guy already has 4 seasons of experience in the league, and he's only 25 years old. At the very least, Shenault will be an excellent special teams player for us. But his ceiling is much higher than that. He could be a regular offensive contributor, rushing for a few hundred yards and catching more than 20 passes. To give you an idea, 1,102 of his 1,551 career receiving yards were after the catch. So it's just a matter of getting the ball in his hands and letting him work. The challenge in his previous stops was more about receiving passes. In recent years, Shenault had been a medium-volume receiver, but not since 2021. That season, with rookie Trevor Lawrence throwing to him in Jacksonville, his catch rate was pretty poor, only 63%. But that wasn't all on Shenault, folks. The entire team was struggling at that time. Now, during preseason, Shenault was Seattle's 5th highest graded offensive player, with a 77.3 score from Pro Football Focus. Among receivers, he ranked behind only Easop Winston Jr. and DK Metcalf. Of course, preseason doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of the season. Shenault was getting way more snaps than he probably will during real games, due to the depth we have in the wide receiver group. But here's the fun part. Despite all that competition, Shenault made our roster. And hey, he's here on just a 1-year deal worth $1.292 million. So it's a low-risk bet with a huge potential reward. We've already seen Shenault make an impact in the running game, too. In preseason, he carried the ball 3 times for 19 yards, with 11 of those yards coming after contact. Grubb is eager to see what he can do in the backfield, and Shenault might be an interesting decoy there, even if he doesn't get many touches, since our running back room is pretty loaded as well. In the end, Shenault's main attraction is his versatility. Seattle's offense is full of options, so Shenault will probably fly under the radar. But who knows? That might be exactly what allows him to thrive in our system as an unexpected contributor, right? Are you excited about Shenault's arrival? Can you see him making a difference in our offense? Drop a comment down below. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, it's super important. We're together. Thanks for everything, and go Seahawks.